24 puts more than 1,000, right?
Correct. He got over 1,000 on the 12-yard run before his touchdown run. So he's got the second most yards all time.
You gotta make sure Xavier Jennings didn't play in the first game.
I went back and fixed it.
Okay. I didn't look.
There's some others I got to fix too, but none of them.
Yeah, how about those Bears, right? Like just incredibly emotional day. I'm just super proud and happy for our kids. January 19th when we got here, or 18th, whatever it was, and we started this journey. We set some pretty lofty goals, and the first goal in the program each and every year is to win the Southern Conference. And the level of buy-in, the commitment, the hard work, the perseverance, and I think what's great about it is this road hadn't been easy. We've won some really tough football games, but to see our kids put it together today and really leave no doubt to win the first SoCon championship in school history, to win the second football championship in the last 95 plus years is just a really special thing to be a part of. I can't thank, I'm as happy as I am for the players on the team, the people that brought football back. Like, I know how much this means to Dr. Underwood and Jim Cole and really Daniel Tate, Brian Gary. I mean, really everybody in our athletic administration that had a hand in making this possible, making football able to come back. And so to be the one to get us to 10 wins, to be the one to be a part of this with these players and our staff, who I can't say enough of, because they do a lot of the work, and we're just blessed to be here. We're blessed to be champions, and I couldn't be more proud to be their coach today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know obviously the overall emotion is happy and everything, but when we were first talking, when you first got here, anybody asked, what's the goal? SoCon title, SoCon title. So how does it feel you guys actually crossed that bridge and reached that goal?
I mean, it feels amazing. Again, like, just anytime you set any goal and you put it up and you're not afraid to talk about it, I think that's the thing. Like, you have to set a goal, and then you have to be realistic, and you gotta feed it, right? Like, you have to feed the process that leads to obtaining that goal. And our kids have done that every step of the way, and to be able to accomplish it, because that singular goal carries with it other bonuses, right? Like, you win the SoCon, you get the bid. You get the bid and you win our conference, we should have a bye, I would hope. I believe we're one of the top 8 teams in the country, and I believe we should have a bye when this thing comes out tomorrow, but we'll see where the cards fall. And, again, I couldn't be more proud of them for finishing what they started and being who they said they were going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And then touching on the bid and playoffs and looking forward now, why do you think this team is capable of holding that top 8 seed and getting that bye?
Yeah, because I think we do the small things well that lead to championships. We work hard and we try to be physical at the line of scrimmage. We've done a tremendous job, although we weren't great today, but we've done a great job protecting the football and turning the ball over, and we play great special teams. And I think when you just do those small things and you believe in them and you buy in and you don't get out of sorts if things aren't, the most important play is always the next one. And because of that, I think that leads to confidence in our kids, and I think they're ready to make a run.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously Furman wasn't just going to hand it over to you guys. Talk about the wave of emotions that you guys kind of went through before you crossed this line.
Yeah, I think, this league's too good. You see, again, I reference it all the time. A good Wofford team that had a rough record last year upset a really good Furman team late in the last game. We saw Furman play a good ETSU team and beat them last week. So, they do a tremendous job. I got a lot of respect for Coach Hendricks and how he runs his program, how they develop players. They don't just do it through the portal. And so we knew they're going to be well coached. They do the things that we do. They don't, try not to turn the ball over, and they run the ball, and they do a good job with play and scheme. So we knew it was going to be a battle. We just didn't want to leave anything for chance today.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what was the message to the team at halftime? I know that you guys were already up. How do you keep the guys focused and be like, we're not there yet, we still have to finish?
Yeah, I mean, the word of the week, the only thing we've talked about is one singular word, and that's finish. And whether it starts with every rep, it feeds into that 1-0 that we talk about all the time, but we want to finish the game. The few things that we had, that they had some success on were the result of us maybe they were self-inflicted on our end, whether it be a turnover or not a poor execution or something. And so had we played clean and just do what we do, we felt pretty good about the outcome going in our favor.
Okay, great. And then talking about, wait, got it, I lost it. Yes, had it, I lost it. Oh, now that you finished pretty much the regular season, the proceed schedule, everyone that you played, how would you describe your first season here at Mercer?
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Like, my wife and I and my kids, like we talk all the time what a blessing the Mercer community's been, what a blessing the Macon community's been. Our family just is fit right in here, and that's, again, it goes back to Jim Cole and the atmosphere that he's built in this athletic department, and Dr. Underwood and what we do on campus. And I just can't say enough about the community, right? And I mean, again, there's just so many people have gone into this, like Charlie Cantrell, like just to see his smile today too, because I know, he's done so much for our program to get us to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I know throughout the entire season we've talked about playing that complete game. We haven't gotten there yet. What else is left on the table for this team?
Yeah, I think just figuring out who or what we're going to be in the playoffs, and then continuing to get healthy. Right, it's week 12, we're a little beat up, so the bye would do us wonders from a health standpoint, and I think it's important for our guys to have Thanksgiving with their family too. So we'll look forward to that. But we just got to get ready to play, and once you get into the tournament that. Listen, we know that because we see it every week in our conference. Like there is no week off, there's no down opponents, and so I feel like our conference really prepares us for the type of teams that we'll see as we head into the FCS playoffs.
Okay, gotcha. And then talking a little bit about your defense today, I know offense was a little bit slow, had some turnovers, things like that. What did it mean for the defense to stay locked in and kind of, I guess, get the wheels turning for the offense?
Yeah, I thought our defense was. I mean. They're who they always are. They're super consistent. We held them to under 100 yards rushing. We gave up a couple big plays with some of our young guys in there late in the game, but all in all, really pleased with their performance. But you take away the turnovers. Listen, we ran the ball for over 200 yards today. Again, we've been a little bit banged up. Keelan Parsons has been in and out some, and obviously Braden Smith hasn't played. But you look at what Ajante Dabbs did today. He had 8 catches for 181 yards, and every week you've seen somebody else step up in that room. And I just, I'm so happy for that kid, right? Like he hasn't complained about touches or anything like that. And man, he had his biggest game for us in our biggest game, and that's just a testament to his position coach and the coordinators and his readiness.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about that explosive offense, how does it feel for you as a coach to see Dwayne McGee, cross a huge milestone here at Mercer along with you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the 1,000-yard season for him is unbelievable. I think he's not too far off the single season record for here at Mercer, but he's my guy. He really is like a son to me, and we've been through a whole bunch of ups and downs, more ups than downs, but to know that he's going to have a chance to finish his degree here at Mercer, to see his mom today and to see his people, and to know that we've been on this journey for 5+ years with one another, and just means the world. He's like my kid's big brother.
Yeah, absolutely. And last thing for me, how did it feel, I guess, to get the storybook ending? Last regular season home game, senior night, SoCon title, all wrapped up in one.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's like a fairy tale, right? I'm like the handsome prince up here. Right? I feel good about it. So we're ready to roll. I'm so incredibly blessed to be a part of this and to lead this team. And man, it's the kids and the assistants, it's the strength staff, our training staff that keeps them up and running, the administrative. Like, there's so many pieces that have led to this, and I couldn't be more grateful.
You didn't pull anything dodging the baths at the end of the game because doesn't look like they got you.
No, they got my back a little bit, right? I got a little bit of a sixth sense, right? Like the first time you win one, they get you pretty good, but I kind of sensed it coming. As soon as TJ Moore started dapping me up and moving me backwards, I knew something was coming. So, and I've never moved fast enough to pull a muscle, so we don't have to worry about that.
When did you kind of feel like it was really, the first half was not great, wasn't bad, but when did you kind of feel like still it's our
Yeah,
this
I
is our
thought
day?
we played well. I think we were up, 18 points or something maybe at halftime. Maybe it was 11. I don't know. but
Earlier, yeah.
I know we had the big
Yeah.
touchdown right before half. I know we got a stop and held them to a field goal, and then we came back out. And again, Dewey had a big run and a big series there, and then Dabbs had a huge contested catch for a touchdown. And again, we just, we settled in and we're getting stops on defense. And, that's what we try to do. We try to just smother folks and try not to make many self-inflicted mistakes.
Other than the 2 fumbles, Wood had a pretty good game.
Yeah, I thought
Other
Wood
than
played
fumbles.
well today. Again, I think he's 18 and 28. One interception there. On a nice play by their kid, but he had
Yeah.
257 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, again, like you've seen his arm strength all along, but I mean he's progressed so much in the mental aspect of things. And again, I give a lot of credit to DJ Smith too. DJ was banged up and Witt's been playing good, so we've gone a little bit with the hot hand, but DJ hasn't pouted. He's Witt's biggest fan, and I just think that says a lot about who we are and what our team's about for how he's carried himself.
Were some of the connections with him and Dabbs something that they saw just the way the game went, or was it something that y'all saw that you knew you could exploit between?
Yeah, I mean, again, we try to develop matchups, and Ajate can run now, man. I mean, he can fly, and he's just begun to catch the ball so much more consistently. I mean, he had 2 of the more contested catches I've seen all year. The one that was the touchdown, and then the one on 3rd and 9 that DJ threw to him. I mean, he peeled that thing right off his shoulder with one arm. I mean, just an incredible play.
You've been waiting for that, or is it a little earlier than? Did it come a little earlier than you expected?
What's that?
Waiting for him to have that kind of game.
No, I mean, we got a pretty talented wide receiver room. Creating depth in that room was a big piece of what we wanted to do in recruiting and through the portal. And Dabbs was a guy that was here, and he's just gotten better. Again, I think Devin Figueroa is as good as anybody in the country, coaching and teaching wide receivers, and he's gotten a number of guys ready to roll. And I think you've seen it with, the people that have had big games. It's not just a couple guys. I mean, we've had 5 or 6 players have close to 100 yards in a game. So,
Other than Smith, who else have you been? Who's really banged up? Who really needs this bye week?
yeah,
Who,
I
who
mean,
do you
all
not
of
have
us,
the last
me,
game?
the coaches, but just all of us. I mean, 12 games and 12 hard-fought games. Everybody can use a little bit. We'll still practice. It's not like you just lock the doors and don't come around. We'll go
Right.
probably 3 days this week, but we'll go really light. We'll do a lot of learning and individual drills, but we'll do everything we can to make sure our guys, like, the worst thing you can do is grind them into the ground and then expect them to be fresh. Like, I want them to feel like they've had all the time in the world off as we get ready for a playoff run.
Big picture, you get 49 points. You're playing your backups almost the 4th quarter against Furman in November. You add that all up. That's a pretty good. It's kind of not stunning, but that's a pretty big day.
It is, and again, here's the thing with Furman. Again, they had so much roster rollover. I can't say it enough. The respect I have for them, and what you're going to have is they got a bunch of guys that are freshmen and redshirt freshmen that are playing for them right now. In 2 or 3 years, they're going to be good again, maybe sooner, because these guys are battle tested. And although they haven't had the breaks go their way a bunch this year, they've made people work for it. And again, just a ton of respect for them.
Just pure football, what did you like the most out of what you saw, be it offense, be it defense, be it special teams, response? Anything
we
particularly
we
kind
ran
of?
the ball when the plays didn't go our way or the calls didn't go our way. We played the next play, and when you got the entire campus community out in the field getting to celebrate something that so many people have worked for, it's just special.
Any surprises today? Either any kids? You got your 4th or 5th running back stood out a little bit in the 4th quarter.
Again, Billy Martin. I mean, listen, the cool thing is no one in our team's surprised because we watch them do it in practice. Like, the great thing about playing younger guys is they get an opportunity. Everyone in this program has a role, and everyone's role is different. And some guys' role is to make sure that we're ready to play each and every week. And so when those guys get an opportunity to actually play in the game and then they have success, I mean, his teammates were hooting and hollering down there.
That's almost as much fun as winning for players to see the backups
It is.
come in and do that.
Yeah, because again, man, like, listen, everybody has a role and everybody has a piece in what we've done and what we've accomplished this year.
How was practice this week? Were y'all sharp? Were y'all
Yeah, I thought it was
normal?
pretty sharp. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, listen, I'm hard to please, and so I always think things can be better, but I thought we had an edge about us. I thought really how they handled themselves in the last 24 hours was impressive coming into the game, preparing for the game. So yeah, I knew we were going to be ready to play.
And you've never had to deal with any. You couldn't. Your table was set. You knew what was going to happen. Not a lot of suspense, but complacency was not going to be an issue.
No, you can't. The last thing you want to do is try to springboard yourself into the NCAA playoffs and not play well in your last home game, right? Like you lose a little bit of that panache and stuff if you're out there holding the trophy after you lose the game, even though you know you're getting it. And so, to play and to play well and to leave no doubt and to do what we said we did, which was we're going to finish, and we're just proud to do it for Mercer.
Who do you get back for the first game, injury wise? Who else has been out injury wise?
Yeah, there's just been a bunch. It's a combination of injury and it's a combination of trying to use that 4-game redshirt rule. And so the good thing is the NCAA has given us a little bit of a reprieve, and playoff games don't count against that redshirt rule. So we'll get a few of those guys back, especially special teams depth wise. As we are able to use some of the redshirted kids.
What time do you think you'll get to sleep tonight?
I don't know. We got recruiting, right? We're gonna go enjoy this. They moved the signing day up, so we got about 11 official visitors and their family on campus today, and we're gonna go enjoy them and our families. And at some point later this evening, I'll get a chance to sit down and relax and catch my breath and check my phone. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just super proud of these guys.
Would you go back and watch any of the tape tonight just to watch it again?
No, listen, man, I firmly believe in the 24-hour rule. I'll dwell and stew on some losses usually, but these wins, I'm a full believer in the 24-hour rule, and I'll watch that thing tomorrow morning after our exit meetings. Guys, I appreciate y'all.
Thanks.